All right, Kali, you're up.
Okay, hello. Good evening. This is Kali, your mentor. I'll be guiding you through the presentation this evening, and we are going to just jump right into the program. Our agenda will be chapters 3, 4, 5, and 6, followed by a Q&A. However, if you should have any questions throughout the webinar, please feel free to type them in the live chat, and I'll get to them when the presentation is finished. Okay, we are jumping right into chapter 3.
Kali, be sure to show your screen.
Is it not showing?
Press the play button to show my screen in the top left.
There it is. Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Okay. How about now?
Yes.
Good?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's just jump into chapter 3 here, list management. We'll focus on managing and navigating the list, including adding, deleting, editing, and merging entries, beginning with the names list. There are 4 lists within the names list: the customer job, the vendor list, the employee list, and the other names list. These 4 lists store the names of the companies and individuals associated with the company file. There are menu-based lists as well, and they're available via the menu list. Among these lists are items, chart of accounts, class lists, and payroll items lists. There are a few rules to cover to manage your list. To track accounts receivable or sales, enter the names of the company or individuals in the customer jobs list. To track accounts payable from a company or individual or to whom you issue a 1099, enter the names in the vendor list. For individuals, you prepare checks, payroll checks, issue W-2s, enter the employee list. All other names will be entered in the other names list. A couple other additional rules and limits. Use your shortcut icon bar on your homepage center to access the names list. The other names list is menu-based and is located in the toolbar. Let me show you where that is. This is your list. Here are your other names list. All 4 lists combined are limited to 14,500 names for QuickBooks Pro and Premier versions. The QuickBooks Enterprise lists are unlimited to access the product information window. This contains the list information, including the number of names for each list. This question is on the exam. Duplicates are not accepted. Once entered on a list, the name cannot be moved to another list. The only exception is the other names list. When other names are moved to another list, the move is permanent. Okay, now let's take a look at the list techniques. These techniques are discussed in the Day 1 manual, pages 30 through 32. You can find that information in there as well. The techniques are adding, modifying, deleting, and merging entries. To add an entry, we have a few options. The first is directly in the centers or menu lists. We'll take a look at that. These are your centers, your customer center. If you want to add a new customer, you hit the new customer button, populate the fields. For list menus, up to the menu list, select your list, bottom of the window, accounts, and then new. This is how you will find the edit technique as well as the delete technique in your lists. You can also use the shortcut, keyboard shortcut. Once you're in the list, you hit Control-N, and the new customer window pops open.
Hi, Colleen.
And finally, quick add option within the forms. Yes?
We cannot see the interface for QuickBooks.
You can't see the interface. Okay, let's see here. Can you see it now?
No.
All right. Can you see my?
Now we can see it.
Now you can see it. Okay. I don't know nothing is changing on my end, so I'm not quite sure technically what the issues are. Did it jump in and jump out?
Currently, we're just seeing the QuickBooks screen.
Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the keyboard shortcut for Control-N. We're in the new customer job, the customer center, and the customer information. And if you clicked Control-N, there, the new customer window opens. And finally, the quick add option within the forms. Within the forms, if you want to make a new transaction, we'll create an invoice. When you add a person or a customer, it will ask you to add either quick add or setup. Deleting entries for the chart of accounts. When you have an account that has a balance or is used in a transaction, linked to an item, or used in the payroll setup, cannot be deleted. Can you see my QuickBooks interface, Valerie?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the chart of accounts, we'll open the chart of accounts in the company center. If you choose an account with a balance, here we have a bank balance, and you want to delete it, it will not allow it. QuickBooks cannot delete this account. You can make it inactive, but you cannot delete it, so we'll cancel. Merging entries. Okay, a merge is basically combining information from two or more entries. To complete this, display the appropriate list, then select the entry in the list to merge. For center-based lists, click the Edit button. So we'll go into the center, the Customer Center, and the Edit button here. Let's take Target and Smith, and we'll combine them. Mr. Smith works at Target. So we have split information and transactions. They should be brought together. We'll make them one. So I'm going to choose Smith and change him to Target. Hit OK. This name is already being used. Would you like to merge? Yes. It's currently merging all information for those two customers. Please note that all transactions and merge entries are included in the final merge entry. Additionally, you can only merge names of the same type, which means you can merge customers, you can merge accounts from your chart of accounts, but you cannot merge a chart of an account, list, name, and a customer list name. They have to be within the same list. Okay, moving on to Chapter 4. Financial statements. We'll be covering financial statements with a focus on the balance sheet, the profits and loss statement, account types, sub-accounts, journal entries, and the company snapshot, which is my personal favorite. The balance sheet is a financial snapshot of your business at one moment in time. There are three main sections of the balance sheet: assets, liabilities, and equity. Assets reflect activity in the accounts receivable, cash in the bank accounts, inventory, and fixed assets. Liabilities reflect what the company owes, payroll liabilities, and sales tax. Equity is what the business is really worth to the owner. The formula to calculate the worth of the business and assets are liability. Assets minus liability equals equity. Let's take a look at a report. We'll do a balance. The path is reports, company financial, balance sheet standard. It's a snapshot for a particular moment in time, and we have our assets, our checking and savings at $73,000. Our fixed assets at $250,000 with a total asset of $128,000. We have our current liabilities is our accounts payable. Those are the bills that we owe. Our truck loan, which is our current liability, and total $94,000. Our equity opening balance, which is the $10,000 in our bank account, and net income, and the total equity of $34,000, which is a balance sheet of $128,615. The profit and loss statement shows the month's activities. This report is governed by the chart of accounts and activity within those accounts. Three major sections are income, cost of goods sold, and expense. Bottom line, the net income is the ending to the story of the company finances. The formula to calculate net income is income minus cost of goods sold. Expenses equal income. Let me repeat that. The formula to calculate net income is income minus cost of goods sold minus expenses equals net income. Let's do a profit and loss.
I'm going to stop you for a second. If you could just stick to the PowerPoint, the QuickBooks is lagging everything behind a little.
Oh, it is. Okay, so you want to just stick to the PowerPoint no demonstration?
Yes, for the time being,
okay.
please.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so we have our profit and loss statement. Let's move on to our accounts.
And currently the screen, there we go. Profit and loss is on the screen right now.
Profit and loss. I see accounts. Why would that be? Because it must be lagging.
A bit of a lag, yeah. So I would give it.
All right, let's try that. How about now? Do you see accounts?
We're at profit and loss.
I have accounts going.
Now we have accounts.
Okay, good. All right. Accounts. To better understand the profit and loss reports, we need to develop an understanding of the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts serves two purposes: how to categorize transactions, how QuickBooks uses the account. The types of accounts are bank, fixed asset, credit card, income liability, equity, cost of goods sold, and expense. Only accounts with a balance will reflect on a balance sheet and profit and loss report. Sub-accounts are valuable as they allow detailed tracking. QuickBooks allows 5 levels of sub-accounts: the parent account and 4 sub-accounts. Setting up sub-accounts is governed by the company's need in tracking their expenses and income. There is also a shortcut to adding a sub-account by dragging and dropping via the diamond preceding the account's name. Sub-accounts are collapsible in financial reports and you can use the arrows to collapse and expand the report accounts. Journal entries are generally initiated for transactions for which QuickBooks does not provide a form. Also, journal entries aid in correcting errors and making year-end adjustments. Remember, debits and credits must be in balance.
Hi, Callie, just give it a couple seconds.
Do you see journal entry?
I see sub-account.
Okay. How about now?
Not yet. Okay, now I see journal entry.
Shall I read it over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Journal entries are generally initiated for transactions which QuickBooks does not provide on a form. Also, journal entries aid in correcting errors and making year-end adjustments. Remember, debit and credits must be in balance. Valerie, if you would let me know when you see it, I'll continue.
Will do.
In view?
Not yet.
Okay, we're looking for financial statement features. Well, perhaps those who are listening on can use this time in between to work within QuickBooks yourself. Open up your program and move around in the interface and see if you can complete these tasks that we're working on and these features that we're discussing.
All right, I see financial statements now.
Okay. Financial statements. There are a few features for financial statements. You can modify your statements for more information, and QuickBooks provides a standard financial report templates. There are quite a few in there. Columns can be modified to reflect monthly data. You can choose between cash and accrual basis. Cash basis is only when money is received and when expenses are paid, where accrual is based on when the job is entered, when the form is entered, and when the expenses are entered. And you can modify these reports to get a different view of your business. Okay, let me know, Valerie, when that comes up. We're looking for a company snapshot.
All right, not yet. Not yet. Almost. All right, you're good.
Okay. Company snapshot is an overview of the status of the company's finances. There are three types of snapshots: company, payment, and customer. There are panels containing lists and graphs reflecting the company's state of finances. Quick zoom aids in viewing details of the company info. You also have panels within the window and those panels contain lists and graphs, and the panels can be modified. You have 12 panels to choose from, and you can customize your dashboard of your company snapshot by dragging and dropping those panels. There's also a quick zoom feature within those panels for more detailed information for the graphs and lists that are within those panels. Okay, we're going to move on to Chapter 5, Items. Valerie, let me know when that comes in.
Will do.
Will do. Does say, oh.
It's scrolling, it's thinking.
There, perhaps there's something going on with the rain and the internet, with the internet connection.
It's possible. Definitely
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
All right, we see it.
Okay. Now we're on items in Chapter 5. Items are a very powerful tool in invoicing, and we're going to focus on the theory, definitions, setup, types, and usage. Items are very useful in that they provide in-depth detail for financial reports. Let me know when item theory is there. The path, I'm going to just speak a little bit until it gets there about items. The path to items for anybody who has their interface open is to the company page, to the company, and then items and services. There's also to create an invoice, the path is customer, and then create invoice, which is on your home page. And if you would like to run a report, your report on your menu, and then down to sales. And you can summary report summary by sales. And that can give you some information with the transactions that you have entered into QuickBooks. You can modify those reports by, if anyone has a report window open, you can modify it by pressing the Customize button on the top left corner. And you can modify it through a percentage. Or
you're good with your screen.
Excuse me?
You're good with your screen.
Okay. All right, so we have item theory. Any line item on a purchase order, invoice, sales order, or estimate must be set up as an item. They must be set up before they're utilized in an invoice, and items act as pointers in financial statements. Okay, I'm going to continue on. There are several tests. You can find them on page 46 and 50 in your manual, in your day one. Those several types are service, which you provide a service, inventory parts, non-inventory parts, which are products that you buy and sell but don't track. Another non-inventory part example is for items that you buy but do not sell, and another non-inventory example are items that you sell but don't buy. There are also inventory assembly items. That's another type, and they are items that you assemble from other items. You have items that you put together and you make another item, and you track them all as items. You have other charge items, which is miscellaneous charge like shipping and handling. You have a subtotal, which calculates totals for all items on the form, this is a very valuable item within your invoice form. Group items, which builds a group of up to 20 individual items, allows you to select only one item when you sell the same group of services or products frequently. Very helpful. That is a helpful and efficient feature when it comes to items. Your discount item, it lets you subtract a dollar amount or percentage on a sales form. And a payment item, which shows any money received at time of sale or on an invoice. Can I move on?
All right, I'll let you know when we see the next screen.
Do you see types of item, page 46 through 50?
Yes, you see that.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Okay, another type of item is what we call a catch-all item. And the catch-all item is an item that you use only once. You don't want to enter items if you have, like, say, for the decorator who sells the specific set of curtains and they have this customization or that customization. You don't want to enter those items each time you sell them because they're different and it's a lot of work and it's inefficient. So you have a catch-all item. And the catch-all item, when you set it up, it is unique because you do not enter a rate and you don't enter a description. What you do with that item is when you create the invoice, you enter that information in manually. Okay, we're going to move on to Chapter 6, Sales. Sales is where the customer job list and the customer center prove to be invaluable. There are 5 methods of recording sales: invoicing, sales receipts, record deposit, and import for another program. The workflow to record sales: first, create the invoice; second, receive payments; and lastly, deposit funds. You can track information for each job by adding a job in the customer list. We will also go over invoicing, undeposited funds, partial payments, sales reports, and the income tracker. It's okay to move on, Valerie?
Yes, I'll let you know when we're at the next slide.
Okay, we're looking for invoicing. Invoicing allows you to track services that were not paid at time of sale. The invoice tracks who. You good? Okay.
Nope,
the invoice tracks. Oh, okay. I'm still going on. The invoice tracks who you invoiced, what service or product you provided or sold, where the customer is located or the service provided, how much they owe, and when the payment is due. Service invoices are utilized for services rendered, and product invoices are for products sold. Very, that's, basically that's telling you self-explanatory. QuickBooks provides templates for each type of invoice. Okay to move on?
I'll let you know when we're at the next slide. We just saw the bottom of invoicing.
Okay. And now we're going to receive payments and undeposited funds. Okay, you invoiced your customer and you were diligent, and they were diligent in paying on time, and now you have to record the payment received. Select receive payment in the customer center and then select the customer form to receive from field. Let me repeat that. Select receive payment in the customer center and then select the customer from the received from field. That's a mouthful. And apply payment, click, and then save. When you save the payment, it automatically places money in an account called undeposited funds. Now, once you receive that payment and recorded it, it's time to make a deposit. So to make deposit, select Record Deposit in the Banking Center, which will open the Payment to Deposit window. The Bank Center is on the home page. Select the type of payment and then sort the payment type. Select payments to be deposited or select all. This will open the Make Deposits with field populated. For other deposits, enter manually and select appropriate accounts. Okay, the income tracker.
All right, 1 second.
No. Okay, we're going to sales reports.
And I know we had a question earlier, Carly, if we could send a copy of the presentation out to everyone after the webinar. If you wouldn't mind sending me the PDF, I can get that out without issue.
Not a problem, of course.
Perfect. And now I see make a deposit.
Okay, I just did make a, we'll do it again? Okay, let's go back to it. To make a deposit, select Record Deposit in the Banking Center on the home page, and this will open to the Payment to Deposit window. Select the type of payment and then sort the payment type. Select Payments to be deposited or select All. This will open the Make Deposits with fields populated. Other deposits, enter manually and select appropriate accounts. This is much simpler than it sounds. QuickBooks leads you each step of the way as you make your deposits. Let's move on to sales reports.
Now we see sales reports at the very top.
Oh, it might jump back because I moved back. But I'm going to get it real quick. Sales reports, if you want, the path to sales reports is reports, sales by customer summary. And you can ask the question, who is your number one customer? And how much of the total sales does your number one customer represent? And you can customize your reports if you select, say by selecting the percentage of column in the checkbox. And you can do that through the customization bar. You can analyze monthly trends by customizing the columns on the menu bar. You can modify the report through your cash as a cash or accrual basis, and you can also do that through the customized window.
All right, perfect. Now we see sales report.
Okay. Now I'm going to move to the income tracker. I'm going to hold off for a second. It sounds like it's lagging pretty far behind. This will be the last slide, and then we'll get into the Q&A. Any questions that anybody has after we go over the income tracker, that would be great. I'd love to answer them. I hope you were able to get into your application and move around and hopefully to complete some of these tasks, making a deposit, opening a sales report, entering an item, adding or deleting an entry. I hope you were able to get into that and see that as we're going over that. Can you see your income tracker?
We're almost there. About 3/4. All right, we see the page.
Okay, we can see the income tracker?
Yes.
Okay, good. The income tracker lists all accounts receivables for the company file. It consists of 4 review headers: estimates, open invoices, overdue invoices, and invoices paid in the last 30 days. Each heading contains detailed information of related transactions. Each header provides filters to refine your reporting. The bottom menu offers batch action with print options and manage transactions with create and edit options. This feature makes it easy to track accounts receivable in one place. Okay, that is the final for the presentation. My apologies to everybody for this very slow, lagging presentation. I'm sorry if it was confusing. I hope something good comes out of it, that it will be redeemed. I have questions here.
I'll go ahead and open up the line too as well.
Okay.
All right, so everyone's line should be open at this point as well. There is some background noise at this point, but we should be okay.
Okay, let's take a look here.
We had a comment in regards to the webinar. As far as tech-wise, what we will do is we will send out a PDF copy of this presentation for reference because there is a lot of good information on here.
Okay. Doreen, you have a question?
Yes, along with that file, that PDA file, will that include what you started in the beginning where you were combining the charts along with actual usage, and then you stopped doing it?
Yes. The presentation is a PDF file, so there will not be live demonstration on QuickBooks. But the paths for all the tasks are in the presentation, highlighted in red.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay, Susan?
Oh, hello, Collie. I had a question. You know, I know it's been a difficult webinar, this one, and it's the third one. But from now on, will the webinar include you demonstrating the practical application of what we're learning, rather than just reading from a PowerPoint?
I hope to demonstrate a live action within the application, within the QuickBooks application. Between now and next week, we'll work through the tech issues and see if we can eliminate that lag. Those demonstrations, I think, are definitely helpful.
I mean, I agree, because, you know, for us, when we're learning it, just to see PowerPoint slides is not going to be helpful. You know, it's not a webinar. And I know that you were having some problems today with, you know, some technical issues, but I just wanted to get a feel for how it's going to look, you know, when it's up and running properly.
Right. How it would look is each subject that we're covering, I will make a demonstration, and that's how the presentation is formatted as well, to allow a time where we can work through QuickBooks, and you can see that live demonstration within the application and the interface.
Okay, so is that going to be included in the PDF that's going to be emailed to us?
If you want the presentation, I believe, Valerie, are you going to be sending them out?
Yes, I can send a copy of the presentation, and I'll also send a copy of the video recording like we do for each session as well.
Okay, so will that include what you were talking about, a practical demonstration of the QuickBooks, or will it just be the PowerPoint slides?
The PowerPoint slides will be the only thing that is sent.
Because that's not, I mean, is there a way that you're going to be able to cover this 3 chapters? Because otherwise I feel that, not just for myself, but everybody, we're going to have missed the basis of the program.
Sorry, there's a very bad echo. Hopefully it's better now. Regarding the program, there won't be a video presentation of what was shown today. The test itself, a lot of what is very important for the exam are these paths that Kali is speaking about, because again, the exam is about 45 multiple choice questions and 5 simulation-based questions. So there won't be a video presentation or demonstration of what was gone over, but we will be able to send both the recording of this session as well as the PowerPoint.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
We are reeling.
Actually,
Okay, we have a question here. In reviewing the QuickBooks tutorial, Chapter 4, Journal Entry, Enter, it says to choose depreciation expense on first line with $250 debit. Then on second line to choose appreciated depreciation. Question, why in the tutorial does the second line pre-fill with furniture and equipment when appreciated depreciation is the one the tutor is supposed to be choosing? I honestly can't answer why they chose to do one and not the other. Perhaps some sub-accounts were involved in the tutorial. When I do my own journal entry and follow the above instructions by choosing appreciated depreciation, it pre-fills my second line with appreciation depreciation. Would you please explain this? Appreciation depreciation is a common account. It is used commonly within the accounting world, and my guess is that your chart of accounts has that account already within the QuickBooks interface in your chart of accounts, and that is why that's why it used that one instead of what you were typing in. Susan, do you have another question?
oh, yes, I did, Collie. I was wondering what we're going to get the exercises out for the
Yeah, I'll get those out tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I'll get
Okay,
those out tomorrow, yes.
Look out for it so I can schedule my week. Thank
Yep.
you.
All right. I just want to say to everybody to please not be discouraged by these technical issues. I believe the homework assignments are very helpful, and as Valerie had said, the questions are multiple choice, and with a few demonstration type of questions. So you have many other resources that you can rely on as well for success in passing your exam. I think we're covered.
All right. Well, from here, what we'll go ahead and do is conclude the webinar. If you do have any further questions, tech-related questions, send them to support@metricslearning.com. Any program training-related questions, send them to Kali at metricsmentor@gmail.com. So again, thank you all for being here this afternoon. We apologize for any of the technical problems. I think that this weather honestly had caused here in New York State. So if you do have any questions, feel free to send them on over. We thank you all for being here this evening, and we look forward to further working with you through this program.